Hey guys, Adam aka CSRadical here, and thank you for checking out this episode of the VCR Podcast. For more content, you can visit our Instagram at vcr.podcast. If you are looking for a video version of this podcast, you can visit my YouTube channel at CSRadical. And if you are coming from the YouTube channel looking for an audio version of the podcast, you can check us out at anchor.fm/VCR Podcast for all available platforms. Thanks for checking us out, guys, and let's get on with the show.
You have entered the realm of the VCR Podcast with your hosts, Vish,
They're just bastardizing our childhood and the classics.
Chris,
Nintendogs drove me. It's what makes me want to hurt people.
Radical.
People in general still bitch about everything. It still doesn't change.
Let the podcast begin.
So, this is weird. There's a girl present.
What?
Like, I don't understand. I thought this was a VCR podcast.
Hold on, time out. No one asked her how she chooses to self-identify. So,
It's Brittany, bitch.
is that a unisex name or is that a chick name?
That's obviously a girl name.
Okay, she self-identifies as a woman.
Wow.
Thanks, Trump.
I mean, I feel like as the resident, anime lover in this, I feel like I have to, already put a stop to this because, as everybody knows, only anime fans like 2D girls. 3D just does not work.
I'm so sorry to offend you.
He doesn't like
So,
you. He doesn't like
Brittany,
you.
do you
You're
identify as 2D or 3D?
I think I'm pretty 3D. You know?
I think it's a fair bet.
That's what I checked.
If it was 2D, we would all be
I'm sorry,
very confused.
Adam Trump,
The laws
Adam
of
Trump
physics
needs
would
to
not work.
know, is 2D 2 ditzy or 3D 3 ditzy? I don't know. Bimbos, ditzy. I know. I call Rosie O'Donnell horrible things.
So in case you figured out, also welcome to the VCR Podcast, the only podcast that predates itself from the moment the title is spoken. But we do have an Adam Trump in the audience.
It's true. I'm here.
I mean, unfortunately, but I mean,
loser.
it is every single episode
Or
that this
fortunately.
happens.
Fortunately,
We've
I'm a
missed
winner.
you.
I'm a winner.
Obviously, Chris and Vish are here, but we do have a special guest. We have our friend Brittany with us. How you doing?
I'm great. How are you?
That sounds a little bit sarcastic. We did not. Thank God we don't record our pre-show like bits before we do anything. Let's just say it
We
was
would
not
be
safe
unemployed for
anything.
life.
And Brittany was very, very rude to me. Very untruthful and very rude.
Well, I mean, let's be completely honest. Probably deserved it.
Yeah, she did. She very much.
What else is there?
So this is very much like the Sunday show, which again we apologize for. It did come off a little more like we were saying in a bar. We were just at Vishal's sister's house, but there was a little bit of echo in the other room. So it's one of those shows that it does sound like we're just like in a bar around the corner and like all the noises coming.
Very, very sorry.
It wasn't as terrible as I
couldn't
thought
be
it was going to
there.
be.
Very
Thankfully, it
sorry.
was doable.
Very sorry.
I listened to it on the way here, actually, and I actually liked it. It sounded like we were doing a live taping.
Now the difference is if
felt
we
important.
actually did this at a bar, it would be much louder, and there'd be some
true.
asshole that would come
It's
and ruin
true.
it.
Yeah.
So
But he's with us. It's the show. He's here. He totally would interrupt.
Sup,
us.
y'all?
You'd be here. Hey, the show.
like I know Vish one time was like, man, we should go record like in a bar or something. I'm like, no, that is a terrible idea, especially when we have no fans.
We have fans.
What are you
We have.
There's Ivanka. There's Marla. There's Ivana. There's Don Jr.
That's
There's
just your
big
daughter
fans, great
slash
You-
future
you
wives.
know, Donald, like we're not counting the people you sleep with, right?
Oh.
That is horrible. You know what, Radical? You're like very, very rude. You're rude, Radical. Very rude.
I will accept this. So, I have an interesting question for you guys. Or
on.
a challenging question, potentially.
Oh, I didn't know there's homework. Fuck.
Do we want to talk about Mr. Donald S. Cherry from
Yes.
No,
Yes.
please, no.
Yes.
No.
Yes.
Long story short, it was a figure in history is now no longer with us at Hockey Night in Canada, which was quite the divisive issue. I mean, to make a long story short, because I don't think we want to go into in depth, it was just this isn't the time for that shit no more.
Yeah.
That was a long time coming.
You hired Don Cherry to play Don Cherry. He played Don Cherry, and he got fired for being Don
Yeah,
Cherry.
you got what you got from Don Cherry, but it's just a matter of in 2019 that shit ain't gonna fly.
Then you should have cut him a long time ago.
Just simple.
They're just looking for an excuse because they signed that stupid, expensive deal with
well,
the
yeah,
NHL
the
for
Sportsnet's been
TV
wanting to
rights.
cut him for a while anyway.
And they cut Bob McCown. They're cutting all
That
the
makes me
high-priced
sad
talent.
too. That's
Bob
weird.
McCown
In the
was great.
same
Total
year,
winner. It's true. Bob McCown, phenomenal.
as a big sports fan, to see Don Cherry and Bob McCown both gone in the same year is very strange.
It's crazy. Don Cherry was even like one of the top Canadians in that survey. He was like one of the top Canadians. He was top 5.
Yeah.
It's crazy. Great.
But I mean,
Bob
it's
McCown, I'm gonna miss him.
It's-
terribly.
I personally have not said anything about the situation and will continue to, just for my own personal reasons. But I will just, I don't know. It's an end of an era. That's all I can say right now. That's all I will say.
It's going to be weird. And if they put Brian Burke in his place, I'm
Horrible.
going to be pissed.
That's totally horrible. Brian Burke is the biggest loser ever.
Couldn't they
He's
just
so
put
rude.
George Stropalopoulos?
He's at
Yeah,
CNN.
they tried that one before, and people were like, I don't like
Yeah.
him. He's new. Because, as most old people do, like, even with a newscaster, the second she changes her hair, they fucking light her
Yeah,
up.
George
So.
Strombalopoulos.
That's true. That's
She's
legit
not a
too.
handsome woman.
His hair's not
poser.
white. He don't know hockey.
No, he's not.
No, it's absolutely true, though. I have friends that used to work for Kojiko, and, like, even just local news. Girl changes her hair even slightly. Like, if it's just in a ponytail rather than just in a regular bob, they fucking lose their mind because people do not like change, apparently.
People can
Brittany,
suck
I
it.
can't help but to notice your hair's in a ponytail today rather than being down.
She's never been on the show before.
Yeah,
She's
so
allowed.
Yeah.
I
but
just
now
came from hockey, okay? Like, I didn't want to look
Sweaty
a hot mess.
ponytail.
I tried my
Whatever.
best.
I think what we're saying is you'll have to do this look every time you're on the show. Because if you do any
No,
change,
not
we're
even-
going to lose
Same
all
hoodie.
of our fans.
Not even on the show.
Yeah, we have a
Not
specific
just the
female
show.
friend in our group that would definitely not be able to be on this podcast because her hair color changes every month. Apparently, it seems
Yes,
so.
Monica. Yes.
So
No one
still-
likes change.
I'm still waiting for the red, white, and blue. I want to see red.
well,
white,
that's
and blue
what I'm
hair
waiting
color.
on you, buddy.
Yeah, you
No,
got,
so-
you got red.
Wrong.
Are we,
She needs to do red, white, and
When you're
blue.
talking about the red, white, and blue,
Right.
Yeah.
do you mean America's Funniest Home Videos or?
That stupid show, Bob Saget, horrible.
I've actually heard they're coming back with Bob Saget doing it, but it's going
That-
to be more for adults, and he's going to be Bob Saget now versus how he was. in
That
the
would
90s.
be interesting.
I think that'd be amazing.
He was so cheesy and corny, totally not phenomenal.
Yeah, have you heard his stand up though? It is dirty as
It's
fuck.
true.
Yes, true.
That's he
I love
kind of
his
wears that
stand-up.
as a badge of honor almost.
He
Yeah.
does.
Like apparently, like it got so bad the producers told him, "You can't fucking say that with the child actors around." Like the guy had no filter,
Like
no
even
matter
on set with Full
on
House?
set. Yeah,
What?
He was.
How
so
do you
rude.
like turn that off and become Danny fucking Tanner? Like that guy was just like into cleaning and making beds, and that was it.
He
Money.
was so corny.
and
Oh, money.
wait,
Right.
Money is phenomenal.
and the
Amazing.
Golden
Women.
State Warriors.
Oh, I was gonna
I
say
mean, I have
women.
lots of money. I
If
know.
you-
money
if-
and women.
I mean, let's be completely honest. You pay any of us the right amount, we'll act whatever the fuck you want for a few hours in a session. You know,
Yeah,
I'll say whatever the hell you goddamn want if the money's right.
Chris is awesome. I'll give you $1.
Whoa, the juice
No.
is not worth the squeeze.
You have to, dude. You should have auctioned it off. See how much you can get off him.
Oh, I should have.
And now that moment's gone.
You didn't read my book, The Art of the Deal.
Right?
You need to read
Now
Art of the
Trump
Deal.
Jr.
Is that,
doesn't Trump Jr. have a book out now too?
Triggered.
Is Art of the Deal by?
It's called Triggered.
Yep.
It's Triggered.
So-
It's like Justin Trudeau when you say things like manwich and mankind. Triggered.
Wait, Mick Foley?
Justin Trudeau always gets triggered. Like when the one time the girl said, "For all of mankind," he goes, "Whoa, whoa, 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 whoa. Excuse me, we like to be way more inclusive than you're being right now."
Is that
we like
legit?
to say people kind. I'm totally not making this
Oh,
up. This happened.
Jesus. Well,
And then
Is
every,
this like when they changed like French fries like freedom fries? Like
no, wrong. That's like
Okay,
super
sorry.
old.
we
super
call
old.
them poutine fries. Thank you.
No, in
Be more
US
Canadian.
Congress,
sorry. Poutine fries, eh?
in the Capitol Hill building, they called them freedom fries because French people from France were being losers, and so they said we're not going to call them French fries because France, you're losers.
So, on to something else.
We just attacked a country. Moving on.
They're horrible. They're weak. They're totally weak, and we bailed them out. How many times? World War I, World War II. Pff, we're winners. They're not. It's true. It's just a historical fact.
So speaking of
totally
World War II, I think there's nothing better to talk about than video games.
That is the story.
Look, there's
of
a
many
Call of
games.
Duty World War II thing.
I
That
literally,
counts.
that's where I was going with
Wolfenstein,
this.
Great game. Call of Duty, phenomena.
But not as good as Madden.
Madden is legendary.
Yeah, legendary awful. So
He is not wrong.
we obviously have a new
Wrong.
guest here, and we've kind of like let her awkwardly sit there for a little while we just made a
That's
bunch of
okay.
references
So-
that it seemed like she's like, what's
Yeah, when do
going
we
on
activate
here?
the spotlight to put it on her?
She's just totally, just blessed to
It's
be next
Brittany,
to
bitch.
a winner like me.
I know.
Go ahead,
I'm
Brittany.
pretty honored today.
She is.
I'm
She just
like,
said it. She
I
just
did
said
not know that you were gonna be here.
It's true.
All right, Trump, put a sock in it.
Horrible, rude, and horrible.
So
Wow, rude radical.
let's start with the basic stuff because that's how we all introduced ourselves on our first episode. So like, what's your earliest thing of being like when either in any sort of
What made you a
whether
nerd?
whether it's like books, comics, films, games, whatever it may be. Like, where do you really feel like you kind of started out?
I remember when I was younger, like going to my friend's house and like I was too ghetto. I didn't have like Nintendo or anything, but we would always go and play like N64, and we would play like the original Zeldas and like Super Mario's and
Madden.
stuff.
You're born in 92, correct?
Yeah.
So you're what I call part of the SNES generation.
Okay, sorry.
Well, or in my case, whatever you can fucking afford at that point.
I'm talking about what was like
you played
the
Madden.
main system at the
You
time.
played Madden. It's okay. You can play.
I didn't play Madden.
played
I remember
Madden.
the first system I ever had was GameCube because like that's cool. And
Wow.
The best-selling
What a total-
Nintendo system in history.
What a
But-
total square.
Adam.
Until it never did.
No, it wasn't a square. It was a cube.
yeah,
Yeah.
get your shapes right.
GameCube, not
Whoa.
Game Square.
You're being very mean and very rude.
Brittany, you said that you went to your friend's house to play this?
Yeah.
Were you friends with this person because they had an N64, or did you legit?
That is
were
true.
you-
There always
Because
is
that
like
would
one
be a real
person.
I had
I
a
tolerate
friend
you
like that
just
growing
because
up.
you have all the
True.
cool stuff.
And I won't call you out, Scott, but I definitely.
That was Brittany. Were they?
Well, I know Patrick always was my friend because I had an NES, and he
No, they were
was
a
in a
real
very,
friend.
very
But,
No.
I hated
religious
going to their
household
house
that
'cause, like,
would
their
not
parents
let
would
him
fight all
own
the
video
time, but it was
games.
Oh my
okay 'cause
God.
they had it.
Are her
But
parents
it's
still
super-
together?
I don't know. I'm not friends
Oh,
with them
okay.
now.
Him and his sister both
Question:
ran
Were
away
you
from
always
home.
player 2? She always had to be player 1.
Always player two.
That's horrible.
I
She's
know.
very selfish and very rude.
I know, Sarah, if you're watching.
Sarah, if you're listening to this, very rude. You
What
stupid
the
Sarah.
fuck, Sarah?
Stupid, selfish Sarah, always being first player. Very, very unfair.
What
Very
did
unfair.
you ever get to like? What was like your game? Like your like what's your like?
Wait, were you allowed to have a game, or did Sarah tell you? A game?
Like were you like more into like Mario, or were you like more into like Zelda or like Pokemon, or what was like your
Oh.
gaming?
I remember having Game Boy as a kid, and like I always remember like Christmas morning, like my parents would be like, "Don't wake us up till 8," and like we can wake up like 3 in the morning and playing like Pokemon Red and Blue or whatever one was out there, and like beating the game, and like, oh, those were good.
What was your first Pokemon you had in Red or Blue? Do you remember your
I
choice?
started Bulbasaur.
Yeah, you did.
Oh
Bulbasaur.
yeah, usually I say
That's
that people
right.
are like, "Oh, that's
Yeah,
shit."
fuck
Oh.
everyone. Bulbasaur is clearly the
I
best
mean,
one.
to be fair, Bulbasaur is the best one only because you automatically get a free pass in the first two.
Two,
Yeah.
first two gyms.
So,
yeah.
but I think Bulbasaur, I don't know. I think Squirtle is better off starting with the
Nope.
starter Pokemon.
Nope,
Wrong.
he
He's
never had
just a
the
stupid
Squirtle.
turtle.
Never had
Yeah.
the glasses on. Doesn't count.
Yeah. Oh, see, yeah, in the anime it was
Okay,
different.
but
'cause
he's
he had
not-
the
okay.
Squirtle.
But
The Squirtle
Squirtle
Squad,
not-
If it's
they
not
were
Squirtle
cool.
Squad, it's not cool.
Brittany,
Exactly.
Brittany,
Okay,
everyone
Okay,
knows
Exactly.
that.
I don't
When
want to
you
be.
first played
Okay, you know what? This
Madden,
is
what was the
bullshit.
first
I don't
game?
like you
I
guys
never played
dissing
Madden in my
squirrels
life.
like
You
this
did.
for no
You're
reason.
lying, you're lying.
Squirtles
Alright,
are
alright.
amazing creatures
Let's-
with
let's-
or without sunglasses.
Let's try to remember this is a group of 5, not to have 2 separate conversations while
I
we
know,
do
he's
this.
like, Madden,
I'm
they're like,
making this-
Squirtles.
I
I'm like,
was-
what's going on?
Madden playing
I was
Squirtle.
totally
Squirtle,
talking
Squirtle,
about
Squirtle,
Brittany.
Squirtle,
I
Squirtle,
was
Squirtle,
Brittany.
Squirtle, Squirtle,
I was asking
Squirtle.
Brittany a question.
So what
Squirtle,
you're saying
Squirtle,
is,
Squirtle, Squirtle,
what you're
Squirtle.
saying is
Very
we
rude.
clearly need a Pokemon NFL game.
Yes.
I
Wait,
would play
that doesn't
it.
exist?
Pokemon
Madden Mon.
All-Stars.
Wait, is it
Pokemon.
Madden Mon or
Pokemon?
Pokemon?
Pokemon.
Joe Montana's
Yeah, it is Pokemon.
Sports
Yeah, it's
Talk
Pokemon.
Shut up,
Joe Madden number 16 Pokemon Football Edition by Trump.
Pokemon Snap, but footballs instead of apples that you throw at him. Done.
Oh, he's right.
Done.
Pokemon Snap for football.
Like, it just reminds me, like, some of the weird, like, crossover games. Do you guys ever remember the Backyard series of sports games? Like,
I
PC
remember.
games?
Oh,
I remember
those
the name.
were
I never
great,
played
man.
them
Backyard Baseball
or
2001.
the street balls on the PS2. Like that era, those were
NHL
fucking
hits.
fun.
though. Oh, NHL hits,
NBA
yeah.
Street. Like,
Yeah.
yeah, all like the EA Sports big like games. All those where it was like NBA and FIFA Street. They'd have like
Those were
that was
fun.
where you had SSX still going. Where you had like just
I loved SSX.
that was like the only time I ever like
I
remember
really
sports
love
games.
SCX with Melania. Wait, that's relevant, right?
Do you
like while snowboarding.
Can
or
we like impeach a podcast guest?
Very rude.
wait?
legally? I don't know.
Uh,
you can go with Mike.
Okay, I vote nay.
This
Who
is
else
great.
votes
This
nay?
is- I vote nay. This is phenomenal.
One
Ooh,
more,
only
one
one
more
more
nay, and the
Brittany, do
motion
it.
passes.
I keep. Come on.
We gotta keep him next.
Yeah.
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 Yeah. That's right.
So all for aye.
So there are 3 people that need to be charged with treason.
Yeah.
All I vote nay. Who else votes nay?
nay, nay.
Did
That's
we
not
already
how the
do
law
this?
works.
Can we
For
like
treason.
can we like I don't know talk about fun things?
Or anything.
Okay, for the-
Anything else potentially?
For the record, you wanted to impeach and charge us for treason. So
Well, it was kind of deserved.
I'm just trying to make Brittany.
So I actually,
I'm pretty sure he's working for a Russian podcast anyway.
Knew it.
So Chris and I, Chris more so has finished Shadow of the Tomb Raider, which I thought was a really good game, but unfortunately it just was not as good as it was better than the second installment, but not as good as the first one. And there was one scene where Laura went full out Tomb Raider, and it really, I would say that moment right there saved the game itself.
You understand that you have to actually understand and tell people what is full Tomb Raider because
I think you meant
That's-
Terminator.
A full
no.
Terminator mode.
Okay.
And
because we talked about this in
so she
on Sunday's
basically
episode.
she went into this level and was like, it blew up and she fell into water, woke up, started walking out of the water like she was a vampire, like resurrecting, and this guy is like, oh fuck, it's Lara Croft, he's trying to kill her, and she just like slaughters him, which was really awesome. Then she takes the machine gun off him and she's like, you are fucking dead, to the guy who's like,
Wait. Did she say that though?
Yeah.
Fucking
she did
dead.
say fucking dead.
Fucking
Yeah.
dead. Okay.
Like straight up.
No, Lara Croft went badass this part, and I was like, oh, this is fucking
Did it
awesome.
make you want to be violent?
Very much so.
Oh my gosh.
But you know what really made me want to be violent?
What's that?
Same as Chris.
Nintendogs.
Yes.
It makes me want to hurt people.
In the words of Joey Lawrence, whoa.
And I actually also now just started playing from Adam's recommendation. Actually, I've had the game for almost a year and a half, and I just removed the plastic seal off
Such
it.
a
It was actually
goddamn
still
insult.
sealed. I just started playing Zero Dark Horizon.
No, it's Horizon Zero Dawn.
Horizon Zero Dawn.
Jesus.
You can't play it if you can't say the name. It's true.
I played Aloy.
He got that right. I'll give him that.
Okay, so it's it actually is it started off really like a little depressing, just because like it reminds me of what's the I hate to go political, the caste system in India, where she was like shunned for being a different type of person than other people, and it was really depressing because kids are real bastards in that game, but it like
Did you throw the rock at the kid?
No, I did something.
You bitch.
No,
You
what
can
I
stone a kid?
Yeah.
what I did-
How do I
where
not own this game?
A kid,
No,
a
what
kid
I-
will throw
I,
a stone at
um,
you. A kid will throw a stone at you, and you have the option to either do nothing, throw it past him, or just nail him in the fucking face.
But he
what-
throws the rock first?
Yeah.
Oh,
No,
that's
what-
self-defense. Grab the
Exactly,
rock in
that's what I
midair
did.
and
No,
hit
what
him in
I
the head.
did, I wanted to be like a fuck you moment, not eye for an eye. There's an
don't know
option
the
where you can
difference.
throw the rock, and it'll hit his hand, and it drops the rock out of his
Yeah,
hand.
no, fuck, I hit him in the face.
So
Fuck
I was
him.
just like, it was more like she knocked out of my hand. It'd be like, yeah, guess what else I can do? It was more like a statement, like, don't fuck with me.
Nope. And that decision really doesn't change anything, so fucking nail him.
Yeah, I know.
Throw the rock at his
Is
parents.
in that game, do the decisions change the outcome at all, or
To be completely honest, like when I first saw that part, I'm like, oh, is this game going to have moral choices like what like, Mass Effect, Dragon Age, and games of that ilk
and
do?
Red Dead Redemption as well?
It doesn't. It really doesn't mean shit.
I also
It might change like through missions. There might be certain endings to a mission that might change, but all these things don't end up being this grand narrative by the end.
I saw this
you're still doing the same
movie
stuff.
with Kate Micucci, Audrey Palazza, and Alison Brie called The Last Hours. It's terrible.
That's a totally funny name.
How would that?
Mikuchi.
How do we get from
I don't know.
throwing rocks at kids to
I
you
think
not
he's just
liking the
still
movie?
telling us what he's up to lately.
I just like that's what I've been. That's what the last two things I've really done, and I
Nice.
just thought that movie was
Alison
terrible.
Brie is totally beautiful.
Oh, and
Oh,
so
yeah.
is Audrey Palazza.
I don't know who she is, but I want to.
Everybody liked Britta in Community, and I was like, fuck you guys, Allison Brie.
Yes,
I don't know who
Alison
these people
Brie.
are.
Have you seen Community?
You need to
Yeah,
watch
I need-
Community.
Annie and
Annie
Britta.
and Britta, the two
Okay, I don't remember
The
anyone's
blonde girl
names.
and the
blonde girl and
the brown-haired girl.
brown-haired, black.
Yeah.
Blonde was Britta, and dark brown, chestnut brown was Allison.
Britta was
Oh,
the
okay.
was the moron.
She's beautiful.
No. Britta was like the social justice warrior, the total snowflake.
Exactly, the moron.
See, you're more conservative
Well,
today.
Nope.
of all people, somebody
very
that wasn't me
apolitical.
said that, so I guess I'm cured.
Yeah, interesting.
But Chris, what have you been up to?
So I
Oh,
Other than watching the best show ever.
So I'm still watching The Expanse.
You're welcome.
On Amazon.
Again?
Today I'm starting episode 10 of season 2. And so just
Yeah,
three more episodes.
you're gonna hit the end of season 3 like long before the 13th of December at this rate.
Yes, and that's
Remember the
It's
13th
a
of
phenomenal
December.
show. It's a great
No.
show. You're
I
gonna
feel
love
like
the
I
show.
really need Amazon Prime now. Like
Yes, you
y'all
do
are
need the
talking
show.
about
Get
this.
Think
rid
of the
of
shipping.
Netflix.
You can buy things and get free shipping. It's
Trust me,
basically free.
even
Yeah,
even
South
for the
shipping.
shipping, it's worth it.
I started watching Carnival Row on Amazon Prime.
Yeah, so
like at
I've been
work.
looking into that.
I don't know that one.
Me and Lisa, we've been kind of eyeing that one. So it's
I
probably
watched
our,
the first
our, like,
episode and I
next
really
to-do
liked
one.
it.
The only show I've really watched like steadily on Amazon
Let
Prime
me guess,
is
The Boys.
No, I was gonna say Jack Ryan.
Yep.
I forgot about
True
The
American Patriot, Jack
Voice. He
Ryan.
actually is
I'm glad you brought him up. I would like
He's
to
like the
award
John
him the
Cena of
Presidential
Tom
Medal of
Clancy
Freedom.
films.
I will.
no, I'd say he's a James Bond.
Well, I'm talking like all American.
Yeah.
Possibly, yes.
American.
It's
Krasinski?
yes, Jim.
He's so
Yep.
hot.
He is a good-looking dude.
Thank you so much. Just needed to get that in there, you know.
Nah, go this.
There is enough, though, that girl's hot things here that you are more
Yeah.
than welcome to.
Yeah,
do
like
the
you guys were
opposite.
talking about Alison Brie and stuff. I was like, I need
You're,
her my
you're
two
very
cents,
welcome
you know?
to talk
Throwing all the
about
guys I
Adam
think
Trump.
out. Throw them all in.
Listing them
Yeah,
all.
keep
Fuck
going.
you guys.
You can mention Adam Trump. Go ahead.
That was top of my list.
I know. Go ahead.
I mean,
You can-
speaking of The Expanse and hot girls, I know you'd be thinking I was going to go about, I think it's Naomi. I'm blanking on names all of a sudden. But no, not her.
Okay.
The girl that's right next to Fred Johnson the entire time, and I'm
Yes,
blanking on her
she
name.
is the hot one, and her accent is cool, and I don't know where to. I think
Well, the
it's
weird
like New
thing about
Zealand or
like
something.
the Belters in this thing, because the whole thing, this entire series is sci-fi. Earth and Mars are always fighting each other. There's the Belters who are out in like the asteroid belts, and all they do is live on these weird little stations where they're desperate for even things like oxygen and water.
Because they're like miners for.
But their
Earth and Mars.
accents are almost like they're trying to either be
Yeah,
like
Icelandic
or like a
or-
little bit of Russian. Like
Yeah.
there's a little bit of like
Maybe
everything
Icelandic.
into it.
Maybe that's what I'm hearing.
Mother Iceland will
But
motherfuck you.
it definitely does carry like almost like the Viking feel to these people.
Yeah, I like
where
it.
they're just all on these ships, just going back and forth, just trying to conquer a few things here and there,
Yeah.
bring it back, so that way they have something to like live to the next day.
Yeah.
So
the show's
Adam
amazing.
Trump, would you
Yeah.
be able to tell the difference between an Icelandic and a Russian accent?
With that goes without saying, of course, because I'm currently watching a phenomenal show on Netflix called The Method, and it's a murder mystery show. And there's a beautiful woman who kind of reminds me of a younger Melania. Her name is Paulina Andreeva, and
Of course it is.
she's a beautiful Russian woman. She's married to a much older man.
Just your type.
So it's Melania.
True, it's true.
He's having a lot of hot
Hold on.
flashes. Just
Let me
thinking
tell
about
you
this.
right now. Let me do my Russian accent for you, okay? It's gonna be a great accent, the best accent. No one does it better.
Watch how this accent just doesn't change.
Yeah.
Hello, comrade.
Oh!
We have Jin and Chris. Chris and Jin. I do not know which one you choose.
Your
first.
accent is very good.
And that is Comrade Vishal. He's brown.
I have the absolute vodka.
He's got the vodka and he's going to consume it like I do. And then we have Brittany. Brittany, where are you from?
Here.
She's from here. I do not know what. that-
I've
Even
never heard
also
of this here.
Brittany.
Do you introduce yourself? Hello, Brittany, bitch.
What? I don't even understand that one. accent is
Comrade
too
Brittany, I do not know why you dress yourself as a dog.
I don't know what the hell is happening here.
Why did you call
What's
yourself?
happening?
Why did you call yourself a bitch? Brittany, bitch. That is dog. Comrade Brittany, I do not understand why you do this.
So I think we've discovered that there definitely is a Russian influence in Trump because I think it's possessed him.
You're being very rude. Very rude.
And
There's
he's
totally
back, everybody.
no Russian influence,
my
collusion,
God.
delusion going on here. Hello, friends.
Let's just never ask him about China
I'm going
because
to
I'm afraid of
go.
where that
I'm going
goes.
to go.
We will not ask about
You Canadians in your bitch comment, I do not understand.
Do I need to get the holy water? Like, what's going on?
What is going on? What is going on?
I
You know what?
The power of freedom compels you.
Liberty and
like-
America
Oh,
are
I feel like
fantastic.
How can it be
about
Trump and
China,
Putin all at once?
It'll be like a scene from
How?
Ghost
If we
Season
talk
2,
if we talk
which
about
is
China, I
horrible.
feel like at this point I'll have to literally just cut.
You
all
want to
of
talk
it.
about China?
No!
And
No.
no way, who way? No way, who way? Blacklisted.
Alright, it's cool.
So
We're gonna
The
attack the phone company.
Expanse.
The Expanse is a great show.
What a
For
great
anyone.
segue
It's
back
a great
in.
show.
Yes.
Great show.
Really
I endorse
smoothly
it.
went
That's why you
into
need to
it.
watch it.
If
And
there
the
is
method,
anything,
the method on
Oh my-
Netflix, great show.
if there is anything
Great
I've
show.
learned about the show, is there is no such thing as a segue. There is just a get the fuck. There is a massive U-turn. That's what happens. That is my job. My job is the driver to make U-turns consistently.
Yes, I like it.
Oh my
But yeah, The
God,
Expanse,
right.
really good.
That was
And I went back to playing some more Final Fantasy V, going a little old school.
Ooh.
I've been playing it for a year and a half. Still in the same spot. I'm just obsessed with maxing out all the stats, so I'm just battling.
To finish Final Fantasy V.
If you didn't want to max out everything, you could do it in like 30 hours.
Most
I'm
of the old
45
school like Super
hours spread
Nintendo
over an
games
hour
are
and
anywhere
a year and a
between
half.
40 to 60, and that's dependent on how much time you spend
I
either
honestly
grinding or just
thought,
doing
like,
shit.
the whole 40-hour game started with PlayStation. I thought
No.
games
no.
in the SNES
This is Super Nintendo
NES
game.
were 10, 20-hour games.
I
And you
mean,
can
generally
put, like,
speaking,
hundreds of
like
hours.
Japan really Japan even to this day still mostly owns the really long game cycles. Like it took. I'm trying to think what the first Western game I can think of that would have been like a really long game.
Red Dead Redemption.
No, not that far.
No, you said Western.
Going that far back?
I mean, I don't know how long Diablo games would have been, or things of that ilk, but
They did have a lot of expansions and stuff, but no, even then, I think you
mean,
can
what did
complete it
That
in
and
like
franchise mode can go on a long time.
Was
Well, yeah.
franchise mode on back then?
He's got a point.
that's
Yeah,
not the
sports
same
games.
thing.
He's got a point.
Like a story that takes.
No, the game itself
Or
is
the
still
game, yeah.
a 15 to 20 minute game, but you just play several versions of
Yeah.
the same 15 and 20 minutes.
Every game is different, though.
All games are games.
I'm sorry, it's hard to
games.
argue with his logic right now. He's very.
Totally logical. Most logical president ever.
You are just enabling him.
He's making sense. I can't help it.
Great points. The best
His
points.
speeches are getting through to Vishal.
You have my
Of
vote.
all-
Politically.
I got his vote. Got
Okay,
his vote.
not even to make the race joke, but of all people, he should be the last one that a Trump speech should actually
That
trigger.
is so rude.
This is
You know what? Why can't-
ridiculous.
why
This
can't
is
you-
like
Who
Wrong.
don't watch our videos. I am of Indian origin.
Why can't you judge people based on the content of their character, not the color of their skin? Martin
Because
Luther
he
King.
thinks I'm an asshole.
Wow.
that
But
is
that
true.
is judging it. But that'd be judging his character.
Yes.
If he
That's
thought you were
true.
an asshole.
Yeah, that's very true.
He didn't
Very
say
true.
like an Indian asshole. He just called you an asshole.
That's true.
Right?
What's just extra syllables?
But he's like, how can of all people he vote for me? Well, he's a winner. Of course he would. Of course he would.
So Trump,
I
what's the
think
show
you
you're
bought
watching?
this.
The
It's
Method?
called The Method. It's
What's
a
that about?
phenomenal show.
What's it about?
What happens
Is
is
this the one on Netflix?
on Netflix. So Paulina, she's
Right.
one of the main characters. At her graduation of it's the police academy for Russian people. One of her classmates is murdered. It's tragic, very terrible, and very creative way that she dies.
So it's Hannibal.
The necklace that she is given by a man who tells her that his wife, girlfriend, whatever, left him. He has this beautiful necklace, and he says, "I want to give it to you. That way, someone can appreciate it." And she puts it on, but the way the necklace screws on at the back, it self tightens until it strangles her.
Spoiler alert.
That's just like the first scene. That's the first scene.
How does it?
You've ruined the first
You
one.
have to watch it. Now you have to watch it to know how
I'm
it actually.
hooked.
You got to watch it. So
Yeah,
what happens,
so is her neck apparently.
now there is the main detective, Megalin, that's his name. He's totally crazy, totally off the wall, and he has a method. And no one knows what the method is.
Is it
she's
the method?
determined.
Is it
You
the
said
method?
the method?
Yes.
And she's determined to figure out what the method is and get him to help solve the murder of her mother.
See, I can't delete Netflix. Listen to this.
So this is
And
a whole
also,
thing where you
her
get so
father,
happy hearing the
her
title of the
father
movie
is like
and
the
show
minister
or
of the
show.
police department. So you have some family dynamics. You have a mom who was murdered long ago. You have a totally drug-dependent, alcohol-dependent detective who never takes a sidekick, and she's like, "You have to take me. I'm one winner.
Are they
you need me."
basing this detective off Sherlock Holmes? or-
No, not at all. Not
No, he's
at
like
all.
drug addicted and refuses to take a partner.
Oh, and he's like alcoholic. No.
That's
Didn't
like
Sherlock have
every
Watson?
cop
Yeah.
in shows.
I work alone.
It's like hell.
like when you don't
But
this
he's
time.
totally not a tough guy. He's a skinny, scrawny guy. He's,
Like you-
he wears a really loser-like hat too.
You pretty much just
Loser hat.
assume that
So it is
every
Sherlock Holmes.
No, it's better than Sherlock Holmes'
Does
hat.
he wear a double-brimmed hat?
No, and he drives a really, really
What does
old
the hat
Mercedes.
look like?
It looks like one of those hats where like the top of it's buttoned to the front brim.
Oh, one
Yeah,
of those.
one of
Oh,
those. gross.
Like he's in Ireland and it's like always
like
rainy.
almost like a newsboy cap.
Yeah.
And he does have like seizures.
So you've been
Seizures,
watching the
too.
Newsies.
He's got health problems. And she totally has a breakdown. You know this in the first episode, because they're interviewing her, and she looks like a total wreck, not the babe that you expect when you see her.
I've just come to learn that, like, in any show, any video game, anything really, like, if it's a detective, there is, like, a 99.9% chance he has an alcohol problem.
Yes.
Oh, they all do. That's based on real life. That's true. That's true. But you know what? The way that people are killed, how they solve the crimes, it's totally phenomenal. The plot development, amazing.
Are they killed like Game of Thrones killed, where it's like as horrible as the death? As
No, it's not so as gory as the thought process behind the killer and how they do it.
Is it more like, say, what Hannibal used to do, where they never actually show the death, but they show, like, the end bit, where it's like, the creativeness.
Like Seven?
Yeah, kind of like that, too. I mean, like, I remember one point in Hannibal, like, there's a character that literally gets killed, like, I'm assuming killed, and then he freezes her body and then puts her through a saw. So there's, like, several pieces of her, and he puts in a glass sheet.
You know what? I would tell you
At first, when you see her, it
them.
looks like one person, but as you, like, move the camera, it's several different things, like almost like an artist would display things in a museum.
Sorry to go off topic. Can you check if my levels are working? Because my cable came out, but I put it back in.
No, you were down. So I will fix that shortly, but we'll
dear.
keep this going.
But just so you know, I'm going to leave you in all suspense when it comes to these deaths, kind of like my taxes. I'm going to leave you in suspense. And I'm just going to leave it up to you.
Us.
I'm going to leave it up to you to see if you want to watch the first episode.
I'm gonna watch it as soon as I get
Give it a
home.
shot.
Yeah.
Give it a shot. It's a
I'm
great
into
show.
it.
Phenomenal show.
Brittany,
She's
what have you been up
totally beautiful.
Watching, playing, games, shows, movies.
I went
Real
and
life?
saw Doctor Sleep on the weekend. I was surprised. It was really good. It was just one of those things I just wanted to get out of the house, and I was like, oh, I'll go see this movie. It was so
Did he
good.
have a prescription for insomnia?
No.
That's the whole plot.
Was it?
Well.
Spoiler.
Well, or
Oh
not
my
so
gosh.
much?
Yeah, like there was kind of like right after The Shining.
Okay.
And then, yeah, they had like some scenes and they end up back at the hotel or whatever. I don't know. It was so good. And like,
Isn't she beautiful?
yeah, she's.
Is that
she's
your fourth
beautiful.
wife?
Yeah, that's Paulina Andreeva.
Oh.
Sorry, yeah, you were talking. Sorry, I forget when women talk.
Good Lord.
People know that about Trump.
we're
They know
canceled.
that. They know that. This shouldn't be a surprise to you.
You know,
Listen,
I'm starting to think
you're
that
not
maybe
grabbing my
I might not
pussy,
have a
okay.
podcast.
Oh!
You wouldn't be my first choice.
Is it because at the ripe age of her late 20s, she's too old for your taste?
Clearly.
Yeah.
Clearly.
Fucking hag now.
Getting up there. Too many candles on that birthday cake.
Oh shit.
God. Oh, the sad part is
But yeah,
all
in
of this is
conclusion-
built on real life events.
So going back,
So Doctor Sleep, great movie. See it. I recommend.
because that's the one that was like a follow up to The Shining, right?
Yeah,
it's
it's like-
The
I found
Shining,
that-
do you want to get
I found that
do you want
was
to get
so
sued?
weird though that like The Shining being what it is, and then you go to see the trailer for Doctor Sleep, it's like, oh, it just became like a fucking massive amount, like a Harry Potter like violent movie. Like all these people are now all of a sudden have superpowers. I'm like, wait, that was a thing? I just remember Jack Nicholson like running around in a winter forest. I didn't remember superpowers.
Funny
Yeah.
story with The Shining. I was in first year residence that year, and I was watching The Shining, and you know how it's like a pretty like morose movie. It's depressing. It's like just unpleasant. So I'm watching
As
it.
a Stephen King movie should be.
Yes.
Yeah.
So I'm watching it, and Shawshank. I was watching it, and it's pitch silent in my dorm, and then the phone rings, and my ring is pretty loud. I pretty much fell off the chair, scared shitless. Like,
Did you,
what
poop,
the fuck?
did you poop your pants?
No, I guess my heart stopped, but it came back.
So you're a bitch.
That's not what I said.
That's what I heard.
I just want to ask Brittany, when you saw the movie, was the acting incredible? Was it phenomenal?
amazing.
It
It's
really
Ewan
was,
McGregor.
actually.
It has to be. That guy is
I
phenomenal.
thought
was
his
it?
name was Obi-Wan.
Ewan McGregor.
Ewan McGregor.
I thought his name was Obi-Wan.
This is true.
Did the movie actually make sense though? Because I find with a lot of these movies, sometimes they just end up being like you kind of have to watch them a couple times to kind of start catching.
No,
more.
but I'm wondering if it's like if the connection
Were you
between the
following?
original was
Yeah,
there.
like I find The Shining, like I found it hard to follow, and like when I
That's
watch it,
why-
I think
that's why I was
it's
kinda
so
worried.
boring. Like I'm like having trouble watching it.
In the original Shining, was it that his son didn't he have some sort of like
the
precognition?
Shining.
Yes.
The Shining.
Yeah, and
The
then
Shining.
and then the Dr. Sleep is the kid grown up,
Yep.
right?
Yeah,
Ewan
yeah.
McGregor is his son.
Did you watch The Shining before going to see this movie?
Yes.
Oh,
You-
so
you
you can
kinda
watch
have
it
to.
close.
Yeah, I would need
So you
to
didn't see it like
rewatch.
5
Guys,
years ago.
okay, it's
You
No,
called
saw
I
it.
The
literally
Shining.
watch it like
Do you want to
on
get
Halloween.
sued?
Exactly.
Oh, gotcha. Okay.
See, you actually watch real horror movies. I'm like, I'm not fucking watching that shit. I watch Clue on Halloween. That is my Halloween.
I
Well,
like psychological.
because I will
thrillers.
admit, I,
like
am an absolute
psychological
bitch.
thrillers.
Well,
I
the
like
only
Hereditary.
movie
That
that
stuff is scary.
horror movie that legitimately terrified me was the remake of Evil Dead in 2013. That movie was
Oh, that's
actually
kinda scary.
terrifying.
Yeah, that one was kind of built to do that,
Yeah.
from what I've heard.
Mission
It-
accomplished.
Sharknado's scarier. An all-out tornado of just sharks. That's terrifying.
You know what? It is scarier, but not in the way that I think you're referring to.
Can you imagine an actual tornado of sharks going through our cities?
Well, yeah, I can.
sharks,
It would
Adam.
certainly look a lot better than that fucking terrible
Here's
Do
the
you know how
thing.
many teeth
If
they
that-
have?
If that movie came
lot of
out
teeth.
in the Twister era, God, that movie would have been
The
like.
tornadoes in Twister look better than fucking Sharknado.
No, the
Have you
sca-
guys seen the trailer for Handjob Cabin?
What?
Sorry,
No.
what?
No, I've
Best
not.
horror movie
I
ever.
didn't go to
We
the
are
AVN
not
Awards.
on Pornhub. That
I
is
didn't
a
go- yeah.
different.
Not.
I just hear the name and I keep thinking of that one fucking movie, wasn't it? What was it? Was two guys like where
Two
it was-
Girls, One Cup?
No, it was the opposite of what a horror movie normally is,
That
where
is
it's
a
like
horror movie.
it's there were it's
Cabin
a bunch
in
of
the
kids-
Woods?
No, it's a bunch of kids like camping out. I think it's like Dale and Tucker
Friday the 13th?
See No Evil or something like that. Like,
God, not again.
What did you do?
see, Fish needs to stop touching his mic, and he wouldn't have lost his mic. I know it's Dale and Tucker, the two names, but the whole story of that movie is that it's what a normal horror movie has, where it's a bunch of kids out there camping in the woods, and there's these two like weird like redneck looking guys. You figure, oh, it's gonna be like a Devil's Reject sort of movie, but instead it's those two redneck guys are actually like the good guys, and the kids just keep thinking they're trying to do bad things, so they try to kill those two first, and all the kids die off in the most hilariously stupid ways. Like one kid accidentally, like he goes to tackle a guy, misses, and just jumps right into a wood chipper.
Is it Final
Oh,
Destination?
I've seen a trailer for that because I remember that specific scene.
Is one of the Final
No, it's I know Dale and Tucker is the star of the movie, and I just cannot think of the whole name, but
this may. I don't know if this maybe sounds shocking, but you do have a laptop in front of you. You could search
yes, but I like to keep this podcast moving forward instead of spending so much time
Yes.
researching stuff.
2 scary movies that have never been made. 1, Hillary Clinton wins the election. And 2 is a movie in which there is no divorce. Can you imagine? I'm still married to Ivana. Horrible.
Actually, I think that would be a pretty shitty world if there was literally no such thing as divorce.
I know. And I'd
Like,
still be
I
with
think
Marla.
there's certain relationships that divorce would
Well, either that or it would actually
benefit them. They'd live.
it would actually force people to
I believe
think with their
that's
head and
called-
not their penis at
I think
that
it's
point.
called billing
I,
Hillary's
how do
marriage.
you do that?
I don't know actually,
Oh, okay.
There's a show about that. It's called Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventures.
which has a third movie on the way.
Yeah, I'm so excited for that.
Keanu Reeves was in the original.
I'm more looking
And
forward
he's
to
doing the new
Keanu.
one.
Yeah.
I am so much more looking forward to Keanu Reeves as like my trusty sidekick in Cyberpunk at this point.
Yep. And Matrix.
Oh,
4.
so I watched Toy Story 4 recently. I don't know why they were cutting onions at the end of the movie. Like it just.
I hate when they do that.
Yeah, I know. It just really just.
really
It's like,
inconsiderate.
come on! Like, why would you cut onions right now? And Keanu Reeves' character is this Canadian toy who's basically Super Dave Osborne.
Yep.
And it was just hilarious because every time you would talk, you would just do like weird heroic poses, like the
Super Dave was a Canadian hero. He
yes
used to be on YTV doing ridiculous stunts.
Yes, I remember him.
with Mr. Fuji.
Mr. Fuji. Tamanaka. I don't remember his last name. It was Japanese. He was
It was
great.
Mr. Fuji.
Wait, are we talking wrestling, Mr. Fuji?
No.
Super Dave
Shit.
Super Dave?
Osborne.
Super Dave Osborne?
I have no idea what that
So
is.
Adam and I actually watched a AEW show this weekend.
Oh,
I
like
watched a little
wrestling?
bit. He watched the whole thing. Unfortunately, I had to miss the best match. Apparently,
Yeah, you missed like basically the Game of Thrones match where people were getting like barbed wire to shit.
There was dragons?
No.
Was Khaleesi
What?
there? That's all I care about. Was
Yeah.
Khaleesi
What was
there?
the sex scene like?
Yeah, was she hot? Was she a total babe?
Considering the barbed wire that they're hitting each other with, very pointy.
Oh dear.
very violent. From what he's saying.
Oh yeah, there was a lot of blood.
Was it like so? The AEW matches with like the ones that are like pretty much no holds bar. That what it seems like does it like cross a line ever with like the gore and like
Well,
the
here's the thing, right?
brutality
Like,
in it.
That match specifically got a lot of attention from, I guess, I want to say casual wrestling fans and some outlets because they thought it was a little too violent. But the problem is we also have been in a time where WWE for the last 15 years has been the only show, and they are PG. So we haven't seen blood for a while in professional wrestling on television, unless you're looking at Japan, where there's still places out there where they take that shit real seriously, or in Mexico where it's whatever the fuck.
Does Japan get violent?
In certain promotions, there are some promotions that are strictly blood and guts. Same here in North America, but they're not on television. They're DVD passed around.
Well, I remember the one guy when we went to Con Bravo that year. He was scarred beyond belief.
Oh, Ricky Shane Page, yeah, where he was there are some guys where that's all they do. So there's one guy in Japan specifically. His name is Jun Asai, and there's a picture of his back, and you literally can't tell where the skin starts because there's so many scars. It's just cross. It's.
Does it make you want to jump?
No.
Okay.
No, it definitely doesn't.
Crisscross.
You know what it definitely doesn't want me to do? Definitely not take a fall on a bunch of light tubes. That's for goddamn sure.
That'd be horrible.
If you want to see how bad it really gets, I think it's still on YouTube. There is a documentary that Vice did about the CZW Tournament of Death, which is a massive death match on a farm out in Iowa. And they show you everything, and you'll see one guy specifically. I don't know what the thing's called, but it's about the size of your palm. It's something that they use to put in joists to keep them centered. So it's this round circular thing that has a bunch of tips to it, and that's supposed to stick in the wood so that way it keeps everything from fucking moving. They jam that thing to a guy's skull during a match, and they have to pull it out with pliers afterward. And as they pull it, you can see the skin of his scalp coming out to try and fucking pull it.
They should use different pliers.
So if you ever want to see how bad it can get, there's a good documentary. I would not suggest it if you cannot handle real gore, because that's what that is.
I would only go into something called a death match if I knew I was going to win. I would not go in.
Well, it's not. It's not actually a death match.
I'd go to only real
No,
death matches.
I'm
not a pussy.
It sounds like a death match. You could fucking die in this.
I mean, if you don't know what you're doing, yes.
When you're a winner like me, you take on any match because you know you're
You've been
win.
DDT.
You've
had the
wrestled
stunner.
a match. You were
Stunnered.
You were outside the ring watching Bobby Lashley kick the shit out of Umaga in the Battle of the Billionaires at WrestleMania, just so you could shave
Wrestling
Vince McMahon's
fake.
head. Which, by the way, thank you.
Is rigged.
I will get, if there's anything I will thank Trump for, it's for
rigged.
shaving Vince McMahon's head.
Rigged. Yeah, I did that. You're very welcome.
And then there was wasn't there the one meme that CNN nearly tried to go and
yeah, they tried to censor.
They tried to no, not even that. They tried to what's the term when you try to get a guy's information?
Investigate?
No, it's what people do when they try to get people's information online.
Research?
I can't believe I'm forgetting what
they
the thing's
tried to
called.
get this person's information who made up a phenomenal
All he
video.
did was take the
identity theft kind of thing?
No, but I guess he's trying to get his information so they can put it online so people can know who this guy is, where he lives, that kind of stuff.
Okay.
All he did.
So Steve Bartmaning him?
No.
No, they actually did that to Steve Bartman.
Much worse potentially. This kid did, and it was a young 16-year-old kid. He took an animation from way back at this WrestleMania match where Vince was. They put CNN's logo over Vince's head, and they had Trump tackling Vince, and it's just he's tackling CNN, and that's all it is. That's all it is.
And they were saying it was encouraging violence against journalists. Total fake news.
What?
Okay, is he actually being truthful right now, or
what? Sorry, I didn't.
With the
no, they actually tried to say this was encouraging violence against reporters and journalists.
No, that was legit. CNN tried to actually spin it because again, it was attacking them, so they took it personally.
That's stupid.
I still can't think of the word. Do you remember the one guy that got killed by the cops when a person accidentally?
When he swatted him?
That's what it is.
Swatted.
Oh, they tried to do that.
There's also that they're trying to do that. Fuck.
Okay.
No.
Yeah, they totally tried to swat him. It was horrible.
It was nuts.
This one guy actually got killed recently for swatting.
That's what I was referring to.
Yeah.
It was two guys fighting over a Call of Duty bet.
Yeah.
It was a $5 bet if I remember correctly too.
Yeah.
That
they got into this whole thing is all right, bitch, I'm gonna swat your house, and the guy gave him a fake address, and they go to that guy's house that has nothing to do with it, and they fucking kill him.
Yeah.
So who actually got charged? The guy who got killed or both of them?
Well, the guy who got killed wouldn't have got charged.
Yeah.
No, I mean the guy who. Okay, no,
both the
victim blame.
That's what I was wondering.
Both the two guys involved got charged.
Yeah. That's what I was wondering.
or sorry, I don't know if I don't think the guy that was supposed to get swatted got charged. I think the guy who wanted, like, because there were two guys that got
called the
charged. There was the
police.
guy who wanted the guy to get swatted, and then there was a guy that he got to swat the guy. So there were two people charged.
Oh, but they both got it then.
Yeah,
Okay, good.
they both got charged. The swatter got a lot heavier stance, obviously, because he's the one that fucking called it in.
Yep, and got a guy killed.
Absolutely.
So totally a noble cause to die for.
Yeah, I mean,
Call of Duty match.
and this can go into a whole other conversation where, like, we were talking about how people how look at ratings on our Sunday show. The way that the gaming community, and this is something that I look at personally in the last, let's say, I mean this decade specifically, but really the last 5 years, when we've really gotten to the age of cancel culture and everybody has to pick a side, and, you know, everybody's trying to fight something. Everybody's looking for internet points. I feel like it's one of those ages now where I don't think you're allowed to like anything anymore, because it's not even that you have to like something, it's you have to like it specifically in a way that somebody else likes it now.
I'm just glad this isn't the age of Nintendogs. There'd be a lot of riots right now.
Fucking Nintendogs.
Nintendogs is the greatest game ever.
It
What?
is so cute.
Nintendogs is the Rosie O'Donnell of video games.
Mad.
It's true. It's true.
But
Horrible.
all the dogs weren't fat.
Oh, boy.
Whoa, no one said this was
no one
a
said
body
that.
shaming kind
Yeah,
of thing.
you're very rude.
This is her
Body
personality
shaming.
voice. Okay, fine, her face. Probably the way she smells. She probably
Look,
smells
her
Have
bad.
you ever seen that
presence-
Family
her
Guy
presence
episode?
on stage? Her
God,
presence.
you can't put breasts on this man. When God created Rosie O'Donnell on Family
I
Guy.
Oh, speaking of things that go very far, Jesus. That show in South Park, man, they are back in full form now.
A Family Guy, I don't know how it hasn't been
Fantastic.
canceled yet. But I know, like, apparently
Is it
Family
a joke?
I
Guy...
mean, no, let's be honest, South Park should have been canceled long before Family Guy, and was, although Family Guy also was, but, like, if there was any show that really should have been canceled by now, and I can't believe isn't, it's South Park, because South Park is right on top of shit.
And
Yeah.
they totally point out hypocrisy in society and their social
do.
commentary.
Well, the thing is
kind
with
of this world.
Family Guy, apparently the past few seasons, like, I haven't watched it since 2015, but apparently the past few seasons, it's, like, really pushing the edge. It's...
Because they
he's
know
trying
that
to
they're-
get canceled.
They
No,
know.
which is happening. No.
They know that they're one of two shows left that can.
Yeah.
Because if any new show started, like if Rick and Morty was instead trying to be Family Guy, they got canceled now. They wouldn't make it.
Yeah.
You can't start a new show now. You can't start a new cartoon and do that, because you will get canceled. The reason that South Park and Family Guy still can is because they've been around so long.
Speaking of which, has anybody seen the new season of Rick and Morty? It just started this week?
No.
No?
I did watch season, I think it's 17 of Family Guy. I liked it. It was actually pretty funny.
I didn't even know Family Guy was still going.
You
I
see
can't
Big
lie.
Love?
It
Has
doesn't
anyone-
seem right.
that's
no,
the
has anyone
thing,
seen, what is it
it's,
called? Not Big Love. It's stupid.
Big Mouth?
Big Mouth.
Oh, I
Big
love
Mouth
that
is
show.
hilarious.
Great show. Phenomenal show. So funny.
Very different from Big Love. That was a show with a guy that had like 3
Yeah,
wives.
polygamous
in,
show.
like,
It was
Iowa.
big. It was
That-
huge.
but-
I thought we were going back to Pornhub.
Huge
Pre-
mouth.
President
Huge mouth.
Big
Big
Love.
mouth.
Adam Trump.
Yes.
Is Big Love with the 3 wives, is that a documentary based on your life at all?
No, it's actually not. It's based on Bill Pullman, who plays a polygamist who left the commune, became mainstream Mormon, and then after he married his first wife, played by Jean Tripleton, ended up going back to live the principle, and then took on a second and then later third wife. He's actually a very rich man in the show. He owns 3 houses that are side by side, and it kind of goes over his whole life about.
Yeah,
him trying to
usually the kind of
balance the
person that could be
wives.
polygamous usually has some money. That's usually-
Yeah.
3
You know what?
houses.
So-
3
Can't even
houses.
afford
in order
one
to- you know what?
fucking
You gotta
house.
have lots of money, because let me tell you, bitches be crazy. It's true. I can only do 1 wife at a time, and I'm like a billionaire.
Brittany, is this true?
Bitches be crazy.
She totally
Trump's
supports
not
me.
gonna lie.
Why are we
Trump's
talking
got-
about dogs again? I
I'm
thought
getting
I
like
just said
total
how much
mad
I
props.
don't like
I'm getting like
Nintendogs.
total mad props.
No,
from
you
people
love
today, 'cause
Nintendogs.
it's
It
so
just
right.
made you angry and want to hurt people.
It just wasn't a realistic game.
Trump's got 99 problems, and
So-
bitches are all of them.
It's so true.
You don't show up
And
for
number
4
one
days, you don't
is-
feed the dog, and it's fine.
The
Which
number
is nothing
the
to
number
kids.
1 bitch is the problem is?
I don't know. There's so many. Right now, I have a lawsuit going on, so I can't mention one of them. She's a bimbo, though. Toto bimbo. And then there's terrible train wreck Tara. What a loser. No one likes her. Her husband didn't even like her.
Yeah.
I don't like her. She's a horrible woman.
You know, I always think of Crooked Hillary. I was trying to segue
Oh,
into
she's
that.
old news. Old news. Sore loser. She's never running again.
One thing
made
I
sure
was
that.
with Big Mouth, it
true.
really tackles like what middle school was really like. Like it's real. It's a very like grounded show.
What,
This-
depressing and I don't ever want to go back?
No,
No, a monster that tells you to beat off because he's your puberty.
Okay, well, that's not what middle school for me. Middle school was, look, I just gotta fucking get through this.
no, yeah, me too. But it was just I found that it was very relatable. It was very they tackled issues and topics that these
Like
kids
taking dick pics. Oh, no, that wasn't a thing for you guys in middle school?
No!
I'm sorry.
I'd have to use an
What?
actual
What, on
camera and go
flip
get it
phones?
developed.
Dude, when we were in middle
creepy.
school,
Those
phones-
videos would've
I'm just
been-
saying. Wait, who's talking about middle school? I'm talking about like right now. No one can relate to like trying to get like the perfect pic.
All right, take it easy
Well, it's
there,
easy. You
R. Kelly.
take it next to a picture of the Eiffel Tower,
I
'cause
want to
then it
piss
looks
on
huge.
you.
Exactly.
Huge.
Or you're taking it next to like the newspaper, and you're like, see the date? It's current. It's a current photo. It was in Big Mouth. It's true.
Is it like next to the paper? Or are you resting it on the newspaper?
I think you're
Like,
trying to
what's
be
Oh,
like-
is this when he sent them to his cousin?
There you go.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
Obviously, you
He
haven't
thinks his
seen
hot
it.
cousin is coming on to him. And
Yeah.
Then he,
She basically was though.
yeah, and then he sends a dick pic. and his
Yeah, she was
parents
total
find
white
out.
trash. Total loser. White trash.
They're from Florida.
This is.
Say no more.
Well, I know what I'm watching after The Expanse.
I can't believe you haven't
No.
finished
It's like
watching
the
Big
best
Mouth.
show.
So this
Mouth
one
is hilarious.
episode that I thought was like basically like I thought was hilarious. It was the second episode that was made me really love the show. So the one girl has her first period, and then she finds her hormone monstrous, and she's like, "Oh, my mom's at there." She's like, "She's not your mother. She's Shannon," and you just want to laugh at her. You just want to make her cry and laugh at her tears. The mom comes in. It goes all dark, and she's like, "Honey, is everything okay? Get the hell out, Shannon!" Then she's like,
Shannon. It's such a mom name.
it was hilarious.
Shannon and Sharon, just like Sharon Marsh from South Park. Total mod.
What about Lois
Sharon.
and Bram?
Lois, totally. Bram's a dude's name. It's true.
Duh.
With a beard who plays a guitar.
Did
An
the
acoustic
elephant have a
guitar.
name?
No, it's just elephant. I think.
Snuffleupagus? I don't know.
No, that's
Sesame Street. S
Jesus.
Street. They did that parody of Oscar the Grouch.
Also, what happened to Snuffleupagus? That guy disappeared from.
He died.
Did he die? Was this
Yeah.
like an extinction thing? I think he was a mammoth, and I think he may have
Oscar
actually-
killed him.
That makes sense.
I mean, he had the easy way to store the body.
shit.
In the garbage can.
Exactly.
I think
The
case,
garbage can was much smaller than that elephant-sized beast.
Oh, no, after he finished
dude,
cutting them.
dude. I think this.
God,
I think
what
the,
It's
just
getting
happened?
dark.
I think the case is
Just
still
now?
open. You know what? Do you know Adam Trump? Do you know what the method was?
Wood chipper.
The art of the deal?
Wait, I think we're on two different pages here. I'm on the pages of the art of the deal. What page are you on? The method of what? Killing Snuffleupagus?
Yes.
Yes, I thought that's what page we were on.
Yes.
I think
Okay.
we're all in different conversations right
Yes, we are. However, I do
None of
think
them very good.
Oscar the Grouch perhaps took Snuffleupagus and maybe put him in a wood chipper.
now.
Just
That would
saying.
make sense. It's very Sesame Street, right?
Very
Because then they
much.
could talk about it.
Yeah.
Maybe the Count like ate him. You know?
No, Count's a
Family
drug
Guy?
addict. Count's a
One.
total drug addict.
One Snuffleupagus.
Wrong.
Yeah.
He was like,
Come.
one
0.9.
pill. Two pills. Three pills for me. Yeah, Count, total druggie. Got a drug problem.
I assumed he just would have not been allowed around children because he'd eat them because he's a vampire.
But you know what? He's on those cereal boxes.
Oh wait, he could
Count
be.
Chocula?
Count Chocula.
I
Does
love Count
does
Chocula.
Speaking of things that I didn't realize were all that good when I got older,
What's one of the
Count
things?
Chocula.
Yeah.
It's like one of those things that I remember as a kid loving, and then I have one at
Count
like,
Chocula is delicious.
nah. It's one of those things.
when was
that,
the
like,
last time you had it?
A couple months ago.
Yeah.
Okay, never
I
mind.
definitely had it a few months ago and I loved it.
I had it like a while.
I
ago.
may have
I'm
a
like,
box
this
in
is
my-
what this was. Good lord.
I'm not giving it to you. My brother
Choc
wants
tea.
some.
I still go nuts for Reese's Puffs. That shit's never changing.
Oh, I
They
don't
have
like
cereal bars now. I saw those in the store.
Reese is
Yes!
awesome.
Yeah, Reese Puffs.
Reese actually has this wafer bar that's really good as well.
Cinnamon Toast Crunch. Totally amazing.
I love Cinnamon Toast Crunch.
That makes my taste buds
And I
dance.
love pretty much all
They
cereals.
actually
Apple
did you hear about that cereal bar they opened up in Toronto?
Oh yeah,
What?
I saw that.
Oh yeah.
How did I fucking
Oh
not know
no,
about this?
it was an epic failure, dude. You're paying I think $6 for a bowl of cereal.
Yeah,
Oh.
they didn't think that part through.
Do you
very
get
well.
alcohol with it or
Have you
no?
guys
No.
been to that dough place downtown?
No.
No.
For real dough? It's like they scoop cookie dough instead of ice cream.
Oh,
What
I
is it
heard about
called?
that.
For real dough.
That is.
I actually
fantastic.
saw a place like that when I was in Washington last week. In the mall, they had a cookie dough, and they serve it like ice cream.
Yeah.
I know I saw
That's
the story
amazing.
too. That, like Toronto's getting the first ever rotating hot pot place.
Oh, I didn't even know they were.
How does that
Like it's on
work?
like a conveyor belt, so
Yeah.
they constantly have stuff, so you can just grab stuff,
You
dip
just
it in your
take it
hot
off
pot,
the-
and like
Is
that.
it a buffet or?
No, you
It's a
pay
hot
per
one.
item. I think.
Yeah, you basically pay per item, but
Yeah, but it's just going around on this conveyor belt, so you just take off it what you want to eat.
like Japan's pretty big with those, especially with sushi.
Yeah.
They'll have like
Yeah, imagine
constant-
sushi just constantly going around, and whatever you take, you buy one.
Dude, if that happened, you would be like leaning off the edge, and the conveyor belt would be like, ah.
Yeah, I
would
think
be
he'd rather just have the thing where he just keeps ordering like a giant plate worth of August 8, and they just bring it down. And you're like, "Who's that for?" Just him.
Yeah.
No, Chris will just be lying with his face on the conveyor belt and just.
So
letting
he's
the
Homer.
sushi-
So he's Homer in the donut factory.
Yes.
I remember seeing that. That was a Halloween.
Yes, it
episode,
was.
Right? And everyone's like, "Oh, this is Halloween. It's supposed to be scary." I thought that looked fucking delicious. That situation with just
like
unlimited
my
donuts
dream.
going.
All
in,
you're
like-
thinking of, man, if it's just Krispy Kreme donuts.
Yeah, that's
The-
what I'm thinking. They
the devil-
compact real small.
The devil was like, I don't get it. This guy went insane after 2 dozen. And I was like,
Now I know these donuts are not phenomenal, but when I was in grade 9,
if you're
little
talking about
Adam
Granddad's
Trump-
donuts, they're phenomenal.
Little Adam Trump went with his friend to Tim Hortons, and we each ordered half a dozen donuts just to practice for the dozen donuts. So we ate them. By the time we got to donut 5, it was a little tough. We hit a wall of dough. We finished it. The next week, we went and each ordered a dozen donuts. Because
Oh, boy.
as kids, our mothers would always say, you can only have one. I'm like, Mom, there's like 12. She's like, you can only have one. I'm like, they're going to go stale. Let me have 2. She'd say, wrong. No, not allowed. I was like, you're very rude.
That was the thing I remember too. Like whenever your parents would buy like a box of donuts, or even like Timbits, it'd be a big thing. It'd be like, we can only have a couple. It'd be like, but I know those aren't gonna last.
Yeah.
Exactly.
And you know
They're
what?
gonna
No
be-
one comes to your house anymore and brings a dozen donuts.
And
Not like
It used to
Timbits
be a thing.
turn into a
It
rock
used to
now.
be a thing.
Timbits turn into a rock when they're not.
And you know what? Getting cakes at
Which
Tim
makes
Hortons
sense
used to
too,
be a
because I
thing.
think
Cakes
I'm so
and
tired
pies.
afterwards. I love to
And
throw
pies.
a rock through
They
the
don't do
window
that
now.
anymore.
No.
Good idea.
But you know what? We went and we ate those donuts. We ordered a dozen each of the donuts we loved, and we ate them.
Well, yeah, it gets
I've
easier
done
when you
that.
don't have like the couple of shit ones in the box, or like the old plain one that you're
Oh,
just like.
and let me
why
tell
do
you-
you exist?
Do you
They
think it's
shouldn't
hard?
They should never put
Actually,
planes
old-
in
you
the
don't-
dozen packs
yeah,
because
they're
we all know the
horrible.
only reason you buy a
Horrible.
plain one is because you're going to dip it in the fucking coffee you got.
Or you give it to
No,
your dog.
I actually find the plain old classic, or I don't know what it's
Old
called.
fashioned plain.
Yes, it's actually not that bad. It's actually a pretty
We
good
have no
Yeah, but-
donut.
employee of Tim Hortons here. I
I
don't know.
used to
When
work
you
at
look at
Tim
the
Oh, so
Hortons.
did I. I
videos,
just
I'm
Oh,
sorry,
okay.
an old
Explain
fashion plain
It's
is
like,
like
are
an
you gonna
old
walk
woman
into
in a nursing
place
home.
like
No, thank you.
Granddad's? Are you
No,
gonna walk
no.
into a place like Beechwood down in St. Catharines where it's all these crazy
Beechwoods
things?
vegan.
is the
Vegan at Beechwood.
yeah. That's the only
Fuck vegans.
Yeah.
yeah. But no, have you ever had Beechwoods though, Britt?
No.
They make it worth your time.
Brittany, like here's Tim Hortons, here's Krispy Kreme, and if you can like look.
No,
through the
Krispy
roof-
Kreme's still up here. Beechwood is like
No,
mm.
no.
No,
Wrong,
Beechwood like
wrong.
is alpha level donut.
Beechwood would be better if it wasn't so pricey. That's the only catch.
You have Donut Monster.
But I'm talk-
you have
okay.
Granddad's Donuts.
I,
They're great.
I didn't. I was not
They're
that
good.
big a fan of Donut Monster, but maybe it's because like the
You
the
know what?
quantity I got.
Tim Hortons
Are we
donuts
getting
are
fucking
horrible.
donuts after this or no?
Yeah,
You guys
like-
are killing me.
No, we're
No.
getting chicken wings.
Okay.
I'm sorry,
Well, if we're
but
getting chicken wings, we might want to start dialing this down soon because it is almost 10 p.m.
I just
Is
say
it
Tim
really?
Hortons
Oh, okay, I
donuts
guess
are
we'll
very,
have to
very
cut it
disappointing.
shorter than
Tim
usual.
Hortons donuts are not like they used to be. Very disappointing.
No, that's what Granddad's is. Granddad's is what Tim Hortons used to
And
be.
they don't have cinnamon sugar donuts anymore.
That's true.
Granddad's
horrible.
That's not
or
my favorite. All my
Tim's.
favorites are still around.
I remember when Tim Hortons used to have like the toffee glaze instead,
remember
instead of like the sour cream glaze.
I
Those were
remember-
Oh, yes,
fantastic.
yes.
I remember when Tim Hortons didn't pre-freeze their donuts.
Yeah, there's that too.
I remember when they were good.
Yes.
That was
Oh, I
before,
said
that
it.
was before Burger King bought them,
True.
which is annoying because I actually don't mind Burger King, but
King Burger.
then they bought it at Tim
Burger
Hortons. I'm
King's
like,
disgusting.
Have you had a Whopper? They're delicious.
I haven't
Whoppers are
eaten
great.
I went
fast
to
food
the
in a
one
long
on
time.
like Centennial and whatever, the one
They're-
down there.
I have a
Centennial
great
and
Burger
Stone
King
Church,
joke.
basically.
their new,
Is
their new
it-
cheesy
I
tots.
can't say it.
It's
It involves
basically
an
Stone
Italian.
Church.
No, Centennial and
True.
Barton.
Their new cheesy
Yeah.
tots they have, they're fucking great.
Oh, I would have
They're little mac and cheese balls.
Yeah.
Oh,
Fucking
yes. Okay.
fantastic.
No, because there's
Me, I'm
one
the type of
on the
guy when I
mountain
go
as
to-
well where Tim Hortons is.
You like putting
It's a Tim Hortons.
those kinds of
Yeah,
balls
Burger
in
King
your mouth?
on Centennial, Tim Hortons, and...
No, that's Wendy's.
Yes, I am that guy.
Oh, fuck.
Wow.
I don't need fast food.
Do you like fish sticks as well?
No,
Unless
I'm not a
I'm
gay fish.
horribly
Oh,
hungover.
he got it. But you know who is? Kanye West.
He's a gay fish.
It's true. He
Oh,
likes
Speaking of
fish
South
sticks.
Park.
He likes fish
Speaking of
sticks.
South Park.
And he's a supporter of me.
Didn't he also say he might run in 2024 though?
Hell yeah.
After me.
I still
After
keep
me.
saying.
So did
you know
The
what?
Rock.
Yeah, I want The Rock running. That's what I
He's
want.
totally not going to
Because the people's elbow will be the people's elbow.
You know what? Kanye made a very, very interesting point. Now, mind you, a lot of people think he's crazy. And you know what?
No,
He
we
might
know
be.
he's crazy.
He might be. I mean, after all, he did marry Kim Kardashian, which she's been very, very nice to me. But he did say, everyone says that because he's African American, which is the proper term, and I used it, thank you, that he should have to vote for Democrats. And he said, wrong. I could totally vote for whomever I want to vote for, not just because you're telling me this is who I should vote for. Why then, it's not my vote if I vote for who you tell me I should vote for. I'm my own person. And I'm like, you know what? You're right. And you know what? He voted for me. And you know why? Because he's a winner who can make up his own mind. Thank you.
Still a gay fish.
Very gay fish.
Still a gay fish.
Very, very.
He loves
gay
fish sticks.
in his mouth. It was an episode of South Park.
Okay.
Cartman and Jimmy were fighting over who came up with the joke. Because Jimmy writes jokes.
Jimmy.
He thinks he's
is one
very
funny
funny.
guy.
Yeah, Jimmy thinks he's funny. But he stutters sometimes. We won't hold it against him. He's a great guy. Great guy. Does great
Good guy,
jokes.
great guy. Yeah.
So I feel like if we're going to end this shortly, I feel like we should give our guests the floor here.
Wait. Who
So,
here likes
Brett,
putting
can you-
chicken wings in their mouth?
No.
This guy.
I'm a gay chicken.
So I'll give you this one.
What?
3 best games of all time that you've played.
Madden being one. two
I
best
feel
games.
like this is gonna be really sad answers because I've really not played. I've
Duck
never
Hunt.
played Xbox.
There is no such
That's
thing as
okay.
a right answer.
I never played Xbox.
Okay.
Brett,
Not even
my
Madden,
my
answer.
video game history went
Madden
from
was on multiple things.
Nintendo, Game Boy, PlayStation. I missed that whole generation gap.
Okay.
Depending on how you
Um,
answer, you will either be Brittany bitch, despite our Russian friend disagreeing, or Bimbo Brittany. So answer wisely. Go.
I mean, unless she
Go.
says Madden, I don't think she's getting either.
Yeah.
Go. Answer. Go.
Okay, my favorite game ever because I'm so good at it is Super Smash Bros.
Which one?
Well, like,
Kind of all of them.
yeah.
Okay.
You know, I've played them over the years.
Yeah.
Okay.
This big decisions, you know, like.
It's
I
like
love.
picking your favorite children.
Because like I'll totally crucify you on Twitter if you answer wrong, and you know everybody follows me because I'm a winner. So go on.
I
be
do
careful.
follow you.
It's true.
Specifically you.
Go on.
I like Majora's Mask.
I've
Nice.
never even heard of
Ooh.
that.
Nice.
It's an interesting
But
Zelda.
people are
Majora's
like,
Mask,
"Oh wait,
really?
it's Zelda." Okay, that's all right. Go on.
Okay.
I've
Were
really
you?
feel like
Have
that's a
you
game-
finished it? Majora's Mask.
It was a really long time ago.
But did you finish it though,
I
or?
think so.
Oh, okay. Because that's like
That's-
everyone says like that game is like hardest.
That's one of those games I wish they'd actually like remake properly so I could play in like because I don't want to play an N64 version now because those controllers suck.
No, they have a DS
So we
version.
did the 3DS version.
Well, yeah, but now I gotta go get a 3D
Don't you have
you
one
get one
already?
cheap.
somewhere. Yeah, but I don't know where it is.
Oh, so you just don't want to go find something you already own in your
Yes,
Brittany, please continue.
but that's the kind of game that I'm like.
Continue.
I don't know if I'd
Excuse
like
me,
it
back
more
to our
just
guest,
because like
back to our
that game
guest.
was hard as shit to
You're
a
being
kid.
very
Yeah.
rude. Back to our guest. She still hasn't named game number 3.
Shut
Go.
up, bro.
You're just trying to get her to say Madden.
Say it.
I'm so sorry. I'm not gonna say Madden because I've never in my life played it. In my life.
I think you might find it. I think you might not.
Never.
Be,
I
You're definitely not my type.
I actually see a little bit of a tear coming out of his eye right now with no Madden.
No, it's just
That might be the
that's his
Botox.
usual pouty face.
That might be the Botox.
No,
feeling
but there's a
in certain
tear
spots.
coming.
It's crocodile tears.
Yeah, he's got Sailor Moon tears going on.
So what's the third game then? Bimbo, Brittany,
I knew it.
say it. What's the third game?
I'm thinking.
What, you do that?
I
Is it
Bimbo
a Star
Brady.
Wars
like
game?
from time to time. Yeah.
A Star Wars game? A Marvel game?
A football game?
I like the first Injustice. I played that.
Duck Hunt. She loves Duck. Blades of Steel.
Now she's gonna be like, "What the fuck are you on about?"
Blades of Steel. Ching ching. You don't remember that? That was a great game.
Picked up on.
No, I don't know that game. I'm
Okay.
so sorry.
Fine.
Hit the ice.
We're waiting.
There was fighting
We're-
I already
Blades of
said
Steel,
it.
right?
What was it?
I said Injustice.
Oh.
Oh, they.
Is that okay
Fighting
with
game.
you?
Which is what
Have
the
you played it?
impeachment and hearings are against me. A
I knew
total
that was
injustice.
You left the door open.
Too.
She
Said
did.
the word
Oh
justice.
my god, it's
The
so
door
good.
was huge, and I went through it.
Do you have a PS4?
You didn't go
Yes,
through it. You like
has a-
ran through the door and tackled it like a Madden
I
player
would have
would.
lent you
Madden.
my Injustice.
That was
It's okay.
great. Brittany, thank you for being here today.
Thank you. For
You
having
were
me.
phenomenal.
Even though you're not my type, you can come back.
There's that always a look on her face like I am never fucking coming back.
She's gonna sit in a
Fuck
different.
outta
Like Brittany, if you were 19 or even 18, he would have been all over you.
What are you talking about?
Well,
Like,
and also
for your fourth wife.
no, my fourth wife hasn't even been born yet.
Jesus Christ. Well, I don't know how I don't know how to end it.
He's
from
got
there.
moves like Jagger.
I don't know.
Ladies
That's-
and gentlemen, thank you for being with us here today. Continue to make video games great again. We're going to go make chicken wings tasty again by eating them with our favorite sauces and keep playing your favorite games that you know and love, just like how I love Madden. And ladies and gentlemen, may God bless video games.
I actually. That was great. That
It was a win
actually-
for me, guys.
Yeah,
Total win.
that was awesome.
So, thank you so much for.
Boo!
I don't know why you're still here, but thank you very much for joining us on the VCR podcast this week. So, usual follows are in the comments or the description below if you're watching on YouTube.
Follow us
Otherwise,
at VCR.podcast on Instagram.
sure.
Just saying.
Otherwise, like as per usual, if you're watching on YouTube, don't forget to like and share. Subscribe to the channel as well for more stuff. Share that with all your friends and comment below. If you're listening to any audio service like iTunes, please 5-star the shit out of that. Or like we said last time, at least 4 stars. I think we've earned at least a 4.
You know what? Give us 5-star, but then complain about us in the comments. Like, just confuse everyone. Greatest podcast, but fuck these
And
guys.
also-
So
and
it's a
girl.
Yelp review.
Thank you so much.
Yes.
Also, Muvga, make video games.
Great again.
And also, check out Brittany's little adorable side business, Marvelous Mutts Grooming.
Yep. I groom dogs. Follow me on Instagram at Marvelous Mutts Grooming.
Hence, Marvel.
I mean, dogs. You can't say no to that.
Except
Cute
Nintendo. Except Nintendogs. Fuck.
Except
No
Nintendo
Nintendo
dogs.
dogs.
Thank God. You
Oh
can
my
just
God.
leave them for like a year and come back, and they're like, "Oh, I'm happy to see you."
So,
You'd be
Brittany,
dead.
I just want to make sure, because what Nintendogs did to us when we were younger, grooming the dogs hasn't made you want to hurt people, right?
No.
Okay.
You could
Don't
never
worry.
hurt a real dog.
No, not really.
No, people. Dogs are different. Nothing makes you want to hurt
Well, yeah,
a
but
dog.
You don't need dogs to make you want to hurt people. You just let them
No,
exist
Nintendogs.
long enough, and you'll want to.
Chicken wings. Okay, thank you, everybody.
You are not a host. You are a guest.
I am.
Okay, are we gonna?
God bless you.
Are we gonna fight over who ends the show?
I don't know. None of you guys seem to want to do it.
Wait. I
Thanks
have
for
the
listening,
mixer.
bye.
I can cut his mic off.
Oh, freedom of speech.
What now?
I'm not the one who needs.
I will cut your mic off too. You're cut off, Fish. I'm cutting Chris off just in case. Brittany's cut off. I'm the only one left here. Fuck all you guys. This podcast is over. I'm out of here, bitches.